I had to jump back in. I accidentally hit the green screen button and it cut everything out.
Oh yeah,
That boy got the wine glass of Kool-Aid. How he got swole, you hear me?
yeah, man. This how I got swole right here, man. Yeah,
Ball.
man. How was your day today?
Oh man, we living good in the neighborhood every day. I can't complain.
Oh man, no problem, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man. It was a good day off for me, man. Got up early this morning, cut the grass. Actually, cut the grass on live for the guys, for everybody who haven't seen it. So, yeah, man. How that volume check sound?
That's it. We looking for Mr. Cartel's live now.
Mr. Cartel live. How
Mr.
everybody doing?
Cartel live now. Okay,
Mr.
there we are.
Cartel
Volume
live.
check's great. I
How
like it.
everybody doing?
All right.
Okay, volume good. All right, good, man. Yesterday, first day of the podcast, total disaster. But good conversations between me and you, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sometimes we just got to make sure we all on point, but that's why we do test runs in the beginning, right? Y'all, we
For
got this
sure.
good yellow meat watermelon fresh out of Grand Bay. Ain't no melon like a Grand Bay melon. You hear me?
Okay, okay. That's that yellow meat. The good high in vitamins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I got some of these right here. You
Fresh
ever
off the
you ever,
tree.
have you ever seen it with Lilo and Stitch on it?
Fresh off the tree. Tropical. Yes, sir.
You ever seen it with Lilo and Stitch on it?
No, I know Disney done took everything, though.
Man, look, Lilo and Stitch on it, man. Yeah, man. This is actually from Dole. So Dole been dealing in fruit for a long time.
Oh, that's cool, man. We got a partner that work at the Dole plant over there and go for it, man. And he be giving boxes of fresh fruit out to people and stuff for free. He does his little charity thing every week. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay. Well, we might need to get up with him so we can get some fresh fruit in, man.
You hear
Yeah,
me? Fresh off the truck. Organic bananas, the pineapples by the bunch like you got, man. He getting it all in.
got it, man. Got it. Yeah, man. I've been taking this before my workout.
What's that you got there?
This is the pre-workout by Six Star.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
How,
which I'm about at the bottom of it, man. You know what I'm saying? 320 grams of caffeine.
how you feel? All right. So, what's the difference in your workouts when you go in without it and when you go in after you drink a big cup of it?
All right, so one difference is, all right, just say if I get ready to go work out and I just ate. Of course, when I just ate, it make me feel lazy. You know what I'm saying? The food will weigh you down. But now if I take this after I eat, I won't even notice that I ate because, man, let me tell you exactly what it make it. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it make you feel like when you take it. About 20 minutes later, feel like ants crawling on you.
Oh, you got the jitters. You ready?
Yeah, but you don't have it like how when you drink a energy drink, how your heart go to racing and stuff.
Yeah, like a Monster or a Red Bull or something.
Yeah, it don't make your heart race and stuff like that. So that's why I like it. I haven't had an energy drink since I had this. 'Cause like I said, I take this and it bring my energy up, but it don't make my heart race. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right. Good clean energy.
Yeah, good clean energy, man.
So,
Made by
check the
Six Star.
boundaries.
Yeah, made by Six Star, and I actually take this with my creatine.
Okay.
Yeah, so I take it with my creatine, man. But yeah, man. Besides that, man, what's been going on all day with you, man?
Man, we've been placing some pretty good trades today, just trying to stay motivated and teach these people how they can make a way out of the bottom. And Take Profit Trader been treating us pretty good. Other than that, I'm staying vegan, staying Steven.
What platform you trading on?
We trading on Tradeovate. So I'm trading futures with Apex and Take Profit. So we trade stuff like the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. I'm sorry, this watermelon's so good.
Man, it look good. I need to go give me some of that yellow meat watermelon myself.
Ooh,
I had some last week, so I got some regular watermelon in the refrigerator. I'm gonna try to make sure I keep me one for the rest of this summer.
ain't nothing on that yellow meat, baby.
Ain't nothing on that yellow meat.
Nothing on that yellow.
Oh, yeah, man, it's all good.
Yeah, man. What made you start getting back on your workout journey, man? You know,
Man, high blood pressure, too fat, everything too hard to do
because
without
it
that
ain't
top
too
notch
much for
strength.
you, huh? It ain't too much for you. You pushing through it.
Yeah, I've been pushing through it. I feel a whole lot better now because now I've been working out for a year and 1 month. So exactly 1 month today. So
Hey,
one year, 1 month.
congratulations. Hey, Gymkartel done made it through a whole year and one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been a long time since I worked out for a whole year. Probably since I was 30 years old. So it's been about 12 years since I worked out like the way I do now. So,
I've been watching some of your videos and your shorts, man. You in there pressing like a young buck still.
oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm in them threes. Like I say, whenever I get me a good spotter, I probably try to work my way up a little bit. But I definitely, when I go back in there tomorrow after work, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put like that 350, 365 somewhere in there. I got to go ahead and hit that, man. Spotter or not, I can't wait on the spotter all the time. So
Man, look, you talking them kind of numbers, you need two spotters. You throwing whole double bodies on the bar.
it's definitely a double body, especially for when you turn 42 years old. Finna be 43 in 2 months. So yeah, it get pretty heavy, man. I seen a guy came in there one time, man. He said he ain't worked out in a long time, man. He had like 135 on the bar, and I heard something say, "Ugh, help me."
Oh, that ain't funny. That ain't funny, but oh man.
I looked over there. I looked over there. I had to say, "Man, you all right?" He's like, "Yeah, man, just come get it up." I thought I could hit it. I was like, "Man, look, even 135 is heavy when you ain't been doing nothing, right?"
Yeah, it'll hit you like a brand new workout plan, you know?
For sure, man. For sure, man. So how you became vegan?
Man, you know, I'm the last living male in my family, brother. Like you said, you know, high blood pressure, cancer, stroke, all the stuff, diabetes, everything that, you know, people in the South suffer from. You know, we the most obese nation in the world. You know, everybody over here love their Kool-Aid and French fries all at the same time. Man. So to try to live a little bit longer, man, I started eating, you know, nothing but my fresh fruits and vegetables, and I found out all the things I love, you know, because I used to love barbecue. I love chicken. I love lobster and shrimp and ribs and hamburgers. Man, that's it. I'm American bad to the bone.
Hey,
But
that's the way I eat.
man, I found out that I can make all that, get the same delicious umami flavor, everything that I need to make me feel good inside and out. I can get all
Yeah,
that fresh from the ground, fresh from the farm, you know. If I want to
definitely.
eat, I want to eat a chicken sandwich or something, you know. If I miss my Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, I can go get a lion's mane, make a burger out of it, you know.
Right, right. How long you been a vegan?
Oh man, we're going on what 6 years now?
Wow.
Going
6 years
on
no meat.
6
Man, if
years.
I could do that, my body probably feels so good.
Oh man, it'll take you about 2 years to get into it because you'll have to definitely shake back from everything you've been putting in you, man. You're gonna feel like you got the flu at first for a couple weeks, but
I
then after
already
that,
know.
man,
That
after that,
vampire, that vampire gotta leave you.
you gotta get
That
out of it. My
that,
dad used
that
to call it
takes
the gremlin.
that taste for blood.
Yeah.
Man. Man, that's cool though, man. You know, one less person eating the animals is great, man. I wish I could just stop right now and just join you, but you see how big my head is. I
Let
got I need some meat.
me tell
Everybody
you,
going
man. So you just eat what you kill. You know, go hunting.
right, right.
Just go hunting, man. That's all. That'll be the best thing for you. Because not only you got to put in the work for it, you know it's something that you earn, so it's gonna hit your body different,
Right,
like this watermelon.
right. Say so hunting the food is better than going to the store to just buy it. You know, probably freezer burnt, probably been in the freezer so long, right?
Oh man, they had to add extra food coloring to it just to make you think it's still red.
Man, I be looking at the videos, man. They do all type of stuff. They blow the chicken up. Don't let it come from China. It could be, man,
Man,
anything. It could be anything. And you know, I'm scared to eat at a Chinese restaurant. And you know, no hate against the Chinese people or nothing like that. But man, the videos that I see, man, look like they'll put anything in your food. So I just kind of watch myself. I don't do it.
you know, because they just found out America eat anything, man. Well, you can feed the people whatever you want to. Why stop? You know,
Money is money at the end of the day.
well, you can turn shit to a golden shower. You hear me?
Gotcha. Hey man, that's how the world is right now, man. But you know what? I think all over the globe, people eat some crazy stuff. You know, um, here in this household, it's mostly chicken and beef, fish. Um, it's every now and then we'll eat pork, but we really don't eat pork that often. So, but every now and then, if we're gonna eat some pork, it'll usually be some like pork ribs.
Man, what's the craziest thing you've seen somebody eat besides me?
Man, it's gonna be hard to say because this the thing. I grew up during a time when we had a show called Fear Factor.
Oh man.
So hey, they were eating cow eyes, and whatever else, you know.
Anything for a dollar? No.
Yeah, but the most craziest thing I probably seen people eat in person probably was a cow tongue and a turtle. Not saying how can you eat a turtle? Turtles are
Oh,
so
like a turtle out the shell.
yeah.
Oh man, just like turtle soup, gold turtle. Just
They was making turtle soup.
oh man, that's
And
tough. Huh?
I thought that was one of the worst things I ever seen. I was like, man, how can you kill a turtle? A
Of all,
turtle literally, if you get in the water with a turtle, it'll literally swim away from you to avoid you, right?
right?
Why would you something so docile like that? Why would you even want to kill it? I mean, it's a sweet animal, right?
Yeah. When I go back to that kill what you eat, man, it's got to be something that's a challenge. You know, like go catch you a wolf or a moose or something that can fight back. You know what I'm
It
saying?
won't be
Go
long.
inside and
It
kill
won't
you.
be. It won't be long before people be trying to eat that. So it won't be the wolves trying to eat people. It'll be people trying to eat wolves.
Oh man, we done.
Because
Well,
you
we
know, I
always
was
been on
thinking.
top of the
I
food chain.
remember. I remember 20 years ago when I was in school and they was trying to estimate how many people was in the world, and they was like, "It's about 4 billion people in the world." Now it's about 9 billion people or so. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if the animals don't keep up with us, what we're going to wind up eating? You can't say we're just going to eat fruit and vegetables and stuff. It ain't even enough fruit and vegetables for everybody. And then it don't grow all year round. You know, and you have your certain seasons for everything.
Everybody had to start eating potatoes again, huh?
Yeah. But speaking of season, hurricane season just started in our area. So
Already?
already, man, to say June 1st. June 1st is the start of hurricane season.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but time has been flying. I mean, time been moving faster than it's ever moved before, and I'm not saying that just because I'm getting older.
Right. Yeah, man, that's true. I was just 30 like a couple years ago. And all of a sudden, man, I turned 42, finna be 43. I can't believe that. So yeah, time is definitely flying, man. Every day's just passing by a little quicker and a little quicker. Don't even think about taking a nap.
Don't even
Don't
think
even
about
think about
it.
don't even think about taking a nap.
Christmas almost here.
Christmas
Christmas almost here.
Christmas is right around the corner.
Look,
Christmas.
oh man, if that wasn't enough, I just found out today that there's no, it's always been 12 zodiac signs, right? Like
Got you.
Cancer, and so on and so forth. Now there's 13. They going by the lunar calendar again, like the 13-month calendar, not just the 12-month. Man, I found out I'm not even a Cancer, man. I'm a Gemini.
You trying to tell me I ain't a Leo no more?
I'm trying to tell you, you probably ain't even a Leo. You probably a Cancer now.
Man, this crazy, man. I don't know what's going on with these people, man. These people is crazy, man.
Man, what they call that the Mandela effect, huh? One generation later, ain't nobody gonna remember what we know.
Well, I'm not a Leo, then what am I?
It don't even matter. You still you.
And it's crazy because people got all these signs tattooed on them and stuff. I'm a
Uh,
Gemini. I'm a Gemini forever. I'm a Leo. They got lions and stuff tatted across their chest and on their back.
chest everywhere. Yeah,
And
man. They wake
then
up
next thing
one
you
day and
know,
find out you was an Aquarius the whole time.
whole time I'm a whale
Man,
or whatever it is,
the
right?
water, the air sign.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But yeah, man, I kind of like this. We'll start doing this more often, man. Start probably, around 7 o'clock most days and just start picking up more and more people tune in. I might even switch the channel all the way around to a straight podcast channel where, we just come on and just talk about everything and everything. Let people join. And what's your page so everybody can go on there and subscribe?
Yellow Meat Melon Brothers. No, I'm playing. Yeah, man, you can find your boy at Sheba Steve 69. Tap in, like, subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscribers up on the new page so I can go live and show you guys some cool vegan cooking and we can do some live trades together on Trade of 8, teach you guys how to make $1 million in 120 days, moving up in the
Yeah,
world.
definitely, man. Y'all get with Steve on that trading. That's some stuff that he do right there. So I trade crypto. What you trade, Steve?
I trade futures, leverage futures, and we get funded accounts. So I can teach you how to get funded up to $250,000 or $300,000. Nobody wants you want the quarter million. Um, yeah, man, next to nothing to change your life. So go ahead, tap in Sheba Steve 69, and we'll get some life changing stuff going on, y'all. Hey,
Uh,
speaking of life changing stuff, man, how you feel about all these aliens they saying they got coming out, man?
hey,
You
man,
ever
I
been before?
believe in aliens, man. I believe in aliens. You know what I'm saying? I got my own alien story, right? So long time ago, I used to watch. What's the name of that show that used to come on, man? X
What's wrong?
Files.
X Files, okay.
I
Oh
used to
yeah,
I,
oh, he old.
I used to watch X Files, man, and it was just like a cool show, and I thought they were just making up stuff, and I never believed in it, man. And then one day I went over to my partner house that I do music with, and he was trying to tell me he seen something in the sky the day before, and in my mind I was like, man, I don't know what he seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you see? I started thinking he was crazy at first, but then again, there you go, the X Files. Yeah, man. I was like, "What you saying?" He was trying to tell me he seen something in the sky. He was like, "Man, I seen a UFO in the sky, wasn't that?" And I kept saying, man, I'm like, man, I don't know about that, because I didn't believe in all that stuff. We were sitting in the car in the backyard. Next thing you know, I was like, I looked up and I seen the fireball. And I was like, what's that? And then my partner, he was like, that's it right there. There you go. There go what I seen yesterday. And so we sitting in the car looking out the windshield, but we looking up through a tree. At first, I thought it was like a lantern, the Chinese lanterns that you light and they float away.
Yeah.
I thought it was that at first. Okay, so it wasn't. We got out the car, walked around, boom, walked around the tree, looked in the sky, and I'm gonna tell you what I seen. I seen a crystal ball with fire going around it, right? But
So you know, like the engines.
it wasn't a regular fire. It was like a computer screen fire. Like if you was gonna cut your TV on and have a fire on it and go to bed like that, it was a fire going around it from left to right, and it looked like a crystal ball that was on fire, and it was just going around it. It had like the darker fire at the bottom, and it was more like a lightest yellow, whitish fire up top, but you could clearly see it going around, looking like it's going around the screen. It didn't look like it was in trouble or nothing, right? It didn't look like it was in trouble. But next thing you know, a jet came from Keesler Air Force Base and it flew right over our head. Boom! It went up to the UFO. The UFO blinked twice and disappeared. It disappeared. It reappeared way in the sky. And my partner was like, there you go right there. The jet came back around. Boom. And then it started flying up towards it. By the time it got halfway, it disappeared. It never came back.
So
That
you
was
say,
that was that was my UFO story. That was the first time I ever seen something strange like that, man. So that was the UFO story that I got. I ain't never.
so let me get this straight. You got fire in the sky, moving like no regular fire move. You got jets chasing it. You can't catch it. Get
Can't
out
catch
with
it.
the jets. It
Matter of fact,
disappeared, reappeared right before your very eyes. I feel
yep,
like that is an unidentified flying object. That's a UFO at its first.
that's what they call it, man. So, like I said,
Well,
it
shout out to Soul Nation. What's going on, Javon? Power to you, brother.
appreciate y'all for tuning in. But yeah, man, that was the first time I ever seen something weird in my life. It brought tears to my eyes. Matter of fact, we stood out in the backyard till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, looking into the sky, and it made me think. You know how they say shooting stars, right? I thought about it. Why would they trick us like they talking about shooting stars? It can't be such thing as shooting stars because all right, if our sun is a star, right?
Right.
Just imagine our star shooting across. It'll mess up everything, right?
Everything.
So a shooting star has got to be something different. When they say shooting star, they can't be talking about a sun-like star. They got to be talking about an asteroid or something because it can't be like our type of sun. Well, that's what I think of when they say shooting stars. I think of our type of sun shooting across the sky.
Right.
That's what I think of.
Because that's
So
a star. Look, you guys got to go tap in with this guy right here, Stephen Greer. He's the creator of the CE5 movement. He started this in 2020, around 2021, right before COVID started. So this guy right here was getting a group of people together, about 10 or 20 people together. They go out to remote places in Colorado or Arizona, the desert away from the populace and all the noise of the cities. And they would meditate and put themselves in like a peaceable state. And then they would use laser lights to call down UFOs, and they'd be running around talking with aliens in the middle of the desert. And some of this footage has been captured and documented, but It's funny how immediately as this was starting to get big, COVID hit, and you weren't allowed to congregate in groups larger than what 10 people.
Right.
Yeah, so y'all go tap in with your boy Stephen Greer, man. He just created the Disclosure Project, and he's
I actually watch him on YouTube a lot.
yeah, he knows all about it, man. He's a good source, a good source.
Yeah, yeah, man. I actually watch him on YouTube a lot, man. I kind of like one of my favorite UFO stories is Valiant Thor.
Valiant Thor,
Now,
from White, the man from Venus.
the man from Venus, the Valiant Thor.
But he had a lot of
Yeah,
women up there.
man, that was one of my favorite UFO stories, man. A lot of people don't know about Valiant Thor, but yeah, that Doctor Strangers have that book called Strangers in the Pentagon, Strangers at the Pentagon.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this, matter of fact, I'm going on Amazon tonight to order that. I'm going to read the whole book, Strangers at the Pentagon. Yeah, man. Yeah, but that's my UFO story, man. I never did used to believe in it until now. So now it's just it is what it is, man.
Stranger at the Pentagon by
Yeah, by Doctor Strangers.
Frank E. Strangers. I
Yeah,
like it, man. I like it. You guys
yeah,
need to check
man.
it out. Oh man, that's crazy. The
They
most
couldn't do that. They couldn't
short
do
book.
nothing with Valiant Thor, man. They said he was walking around the Pentagon at will. They thought they had him locked up. He was never locked up.
Yeah, man. For the original, they want $60 for the original. Strangers at the Pentagon.
Why you think they got that book so high? They don't want nobody to read.
Usually, it's $20 book. It's only 100 pages. You know,
Right.
they need you to want to invest in your knowledge. So, with that being said, I think this might be a good read, y'all.
Yeah, man. I might have to grab that book, man. Might have to grab that book. I'm gonna order it tonight.
Says there's only one left in stock. You better order soon.
I better order soon.
I might come in and get it from you.
Look, if it's only one in stock, people getting it, right?
Right, right. It's a good read, y'all. Tap in and check it out.
Yeah, man. Good read, man. Yeah, man. This is my guy Steve right here, man. Steven, let him know what your YouTube is again.
All right, man. Y'all can find your boy Sheba Steve at Sheba Steve 69. Tap in with me. That's SHEBA Steve 69. We'll be
All
doing a
right.
lot of vegan recipes, doing a lot of trade talk, doing a lot of financial literacy. And just shooting the shadows with everything in life.
Definitely, definitely. And me and Steve will be on here most nights. On here, you know what I'm saying, chatting it up. Uh, if we're not working, then we'll come on here. We'll chat it up with you guys. Get to know everybody. Talk about this and that. Talk about some of everything. Probably dab on the news sometime. Dab on regular conversations sometime. I just like regular conversations. I don't like to talk about the news as everybody else talking about, and you can see it everywhere. So we just get on here and just talk about some of everything. Even you guys can put in the comments what y'all want to talk about, and we'll start from there. So anything and everything is on the menu from here on out.
That's it, man. I like it. I like it. Speaking of Valiant Thor, apparently this man done wrote a couple different books.
What's
He
another book? What's another
uh,
book he wrote?
Venusian Health Magic. Valiant Thor has a bunch of teachings, apparently, teaching people how to heal themselves, teaching people, the right way to live. He came down here and did a lot, apparently. Different
Yeah,
ways.
man. He wanted to give us medication and science that would heal all sickness on the planet, but they didn't want him to do it because they said it would mess up everything. Man, ain't that crazy?
Who was this? Jamal says, "Are we from America?"
Yeah, man. Steve, where you from, Steve?
Man, I'm Celtic and French, but I'm right here from Mississippi.
All right.
Thorough.
I'm from Mississippi also, but as of right now, where you seeing me where I'm at right now, I'm in Mobile, Alabama. Where you from? The UK? Oh man, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, man, tap in, man. Subscribe. You can subscribe to my page, subscribe to Steve's page, and we're gonna be coming on here more often and talking about everything. Probably wind up starting a little podcast or just having the everyday conversations on here.
That's it. Jamal says, have we ever done ancestry? Now, I don't believe in sending my DNA off. I don't want any clones being made of me, so I'm good on that. But I have been able to track back my family history, and I do know where some of our earlier generations originate from. You know, anything past 4 generations over here in America is probably all um, scrambled and lied about. So, they did a lot of forging of birth certificates when they freed the slaves in the earlier years. So there really ain't no telling where we came from before then. Um,
All right. So I'm gonna tell you, Jay or Jamal, I'm gonna let you know that I have done ancestors.com. So on ancestors.com, I figured out I had a great 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 granddaddy named Dick Mosley, and he was actually a free slave, a free man. He was never a slave. So his name was Dick Mosley. He married a Caucasian lady named Sarah, and Sarah was the daughter of a Cherokee Indian named Dull Knife. So I have a great 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 granddaddy named Dull Knife. So I have Cherokee Indian in my blood. I also have Caucasian and West African in my blood too.
that puts a whole new meaning to I cut you, huh?
Whole new meaning to I cut you. Hey, I
That's
had a granddaddy. I had a granddaddy with a dull knife.
yeah. Who is this? Yasiya says we are the Israelites. Now, I feel like that statement is very watered down now because we in Babylon right now.
This is Babylon,
We in
America.
Babylon right now, right here in modern day Babylon. So we're no longer the Israelites, we're the Babylonians. Okay. So we waiting on the Israelites to come tap in and save us now. And looks like we might be running out of time on that. So the Babylonians, we gotta save ourselves. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I would like to learn more about all this stuff, man. I'm gonna have to look into everything, man. I need to learn more about all that stuff. So, but yeah, I did do ancestors.com. It was very interesting to me. So I did learn I had Cherokee Indian in my blood, West African in my blood, and I had Caucasian in my blood too. Also, so I'm everything.
yeah, I'm not ashamed to say I'm mixed. Whitest mama in the world, the traditional. Came up in the trailer park. Now she's a nurse, so good blood on that side, as good as it gets anyway. And my on my dad's side, we were all hailing from the Zawaye region in Louisiana. So that before the Louisiana Purchase, the Sabine River area is where they would send all the outlaws and the rebels away because that was a lawless land. That was the first Wild Wild West. So um, I come from a land of rebels and uh, yeah, pretty much the outcasts of America, which we would consider the Harriet Tubmans. And like this gentleman here is big on mentioning Malcolm X. We could talk about Malcolm, but I don't want everybody to get too caught up on the past because we see everything they did. Yes, it left an impact, but they didn't last. They didn't make it to see the next day. So when we ever talk about any kind of any movements or selling hope or anything like that, we got to be real careful with who we reference. So we make sure that we keep a movement going, or we keep hope going into the new era, because we know violence ain't gonna work. We know marching and picking signs ain't gonna work. Ain't none of that gonna get us out of here.
I see him say, "We got that Zulu in us." I said, "Yeah, we definitely got Zulu in us. We definitely got the Zulu in us."
Hey, my boy Yassia said, was Daniel or Ezekiel or Isaiah in the Babylonian captivity considered Babylonian? No, they wasn't born there though, right? They weren't born in Babylon. I was. I think this gentleman, he was. He only 40 years. We've been here for at least 150 years, baby. You're not Israel no more. This ain't. No. That blood dead and gone. They went back home and left us here, okay? Don't
Say
forget
maybe
about that.
say maybe just 3% in the blood.
Now, Yasiya, you have, you have a real elemental name there, brother. So,
Oh man,
are you from here?
definitely.
Are you from America? Was not to be disrespectful. I just need to know.
It's Daniel, Ezekiel, and Isaiah. Yeah, man.
Do you side more with Malcolm or Martin Luther King? See,
Uh, do I side with Malcolm? I like Martin Luther. I mean Malcolm better than Martin Luther King.
Malcolm over King. I
Yeah,
had to say that because Malcolm was about his money and protecting his people. We had a Black Wall Street. They don't talk about that.
yeah,
Minister
man. They
Minister
bombed it,
Farrakhan,
man. They bombed it.
yeah, Minister Farrakhan had all that set up, but it was nationwide. It just wasn't in one spot. So I will give a shout out to the brotherhood there. The Muslims. I give a shout out to them because they did put together a great movement. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan did a lot for his people nationwide.
Definitely,
A
definitely.
link, got the link like a link tree. Or what do you mean by a link?
Uh, Probably have a link to your page. Tell them how to subscribe to your page again.
Okay, yeah, I just started a new YouTube channel. We had to get rid of the old ones due to some conflicts of interest. You can find me at Sheba Steve 69. That's Sheba Sheba Steve with a V 69. Um, and I'll be starting new content. We'll be doing a live every night at 7 o'clock, y'all. Uh, Jamal wants to know why the Black Wall Street wasn't replaced. Um, because people got scared. Like I said, you go back to look at what happened to Malcolm. Look at that's Gary calling me. Gary wants some work, y'all. Look, so you see what happened. You see what happened to Malcolm. You see what happened to Martin Luther King. You see what happened to the Black Panther. You see what happened to anybody. You see what happened to Tupac. You see what happened to all these, political faces that tried to bring the people together. Man, they got killed in their sleeper in broad day, or made in the martyrs or something, right? So why would anybody want to get their people together? Then we had unity coming and COVID hit. People allegedly dying everywhere, and you can't get in groups of 10 or more without catching a charge or something. And now you got people black on black crime, all that good stuff. They did everything they could since the 70s to make sure they never had a group of Negroes come together and get some money.
Definitely, definitely. They done all they can to try to bring us down. Even though we have a few millionaires and billionaires, they're mostly on the side of the other people, right? So they're not going to lose their money to try to bring up any group of people because of selfishness. Everybody think that money is the all. So I don't see a time that like in the near future where one person comes out and try to bring us together and try to start another Black Wall Street and stuff like that. I don't see it, especially during the Trump administration. I don't see where they'll even allow it to be legal, right? So, but one of these days we're gonna have to come together. We're gonna have to stop killing each other, right? So maybe one day. But I mean, it really don't even have to be a black Wall Street. They just need to let us into regular Wall Street. If they let us into regular Wall Street,
There we
we won't have to really worry about that. Having to try to start our own Wall Street. We need to be in regular Wall Street. Racism need to cease to exist. But racism so strong in America that it's just going to be hard to cease to exist right now. So there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate. I know you're from the UK. You probably see it over there, but I can guarantee you that hate is much stronger in America. Definitely, definitely much stronger. And
go.
it's not. And I'm not mentioning white people or black people. It's black people hate black people, white people hate white people, white people hating black people hating white people, and plus the other people. So it's like I have a lot of white friends. I even have white family. Steven, he has a white mom, and these people don't hate us, right? So it's not like all white people in America hate black people and all black people in America hate white people. It's just a few that's keeping the racism going so strong that it makes it look like it's a divide down the middle, but it's really not. It's really not. So we would love to have more millionaires and billionaires in the regular Wall Street, but as soon as they see us enter,
Racist.
they might not let us. So
Well, let's go back. Yeah, boy, did you ever? I had to close out so my mic. I could hear you guys again when I got that call that knocked my mic out. Um, I'm familiar with a lot of the teachings of the Bible. You got to remember King James sent all that out. So that same book that you're basing all your knowledge off of, especially in Revelations, was written by a king that wanted to divide everybody. So, yeah, I mean, you can believe most of it to have a good deal of truth, but you also have to use your discretion and think about the fact that the continents, as we know them, wasn't even the same continents back then, right? So everything that we know right now about um, the Israelites is um, good. I've read the Quran. I'm currently studying into the Bhagavad Gita as well, trying to draw a whole picture of all the religions to get the truth out of it. Um, but everything that we know about. Okay, so go back and read the Apocrypha, and then also go back and study into the United Nations world map, and then get back to me on that conversation there, Mr. Yasiya. I know that there's a lot of a lot of things that we can just assume because none of us were there when the division happened. But all I can do is look around today, and like my brother Cartel just said, there's a lot of division and a lot of hate still going on today, and a lot of people still claiming to be the people, like, claiming to be Jews, claiming to be the real children of God, and claiming to be the original 144,000, and all these claims going out. None of that matters. At the end of the day, I truly believe deep in my heart when that point comes and you have a group of people that's chosen all over the world to be heroes and come and save us from all this BS going on, the people with the good heart are going to be the ones that make it to wherever they're supposed to be going. The people in the prophecy aren't even going to know who they are until they call to fulfill it. So none of that even matters at this point. What are we going to do meanwhile? What are we going to do to prepare just in case we are one of the chosen people?
Yep. Jamal said there's about 88 Bibles, and he's not lying either. You know, one thing my daddy taught me a long time ago: once you tell one lie, you got to continue that lie.
For
So
years, generations.
you got to continue that lie for generations. So, it one book may be correct, but if somebody come and they interpret it the wrong way, and then they make another book, here goes a lie that started to try to favor one person, one people, or something like that. Then once the lie starts, it can never be stopped, right?
Right.
And so you have to make another version and another version and another version because you got to keep biting your tongue over what was said in the last version or the last lie. So, you know, it should only be one Bible. If it's one story, how can it be 88 stories, right?
Right. Man, they had somebody on a Facebook Marketplace selling a 18th century Bible for $15,000. I just laughed. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I hope somebody buys it. I hope somebody does because I want to know if 18th century we're in 21st century now, so that's almost 300 years of difference. And I bet it's still the same thing propagated over again.
Yep, yep. They ain't know. I wonder how they know it's from the 15th century.
Right. You know, exactly.
Man,
Why is the Bible written in Greek? You just said a mouthful then. Okay. Five God Israelites League can discuss the matter, but the reason there are multiple books is because the prophets of the time spoke the Lord's word, but there is no other books. Okay, what about the modern day prophets though? So you mean to tell me that there ain't been no prophet since the Bible was written, however long ago? That's what y'all trying to tell me right now, Yasia. You trying to tell me Jesus died 2025 years ago, allegedly, and ain't been no other prophet since then? Nobody.
right? And you know, it's kind of strange that way back then there was so many prophets. So why didn't that continue?
Well, they say Muhammad came after Jesus. So Muhammad did come after Jesus, so he was the next prophet, but he came about 500, 600 years or something like that afterwards. None of us were there, so we can't speak on the exact date and time. For all we know, this could have been 200, 300 years ago. We have no proof. None whatsoever. We see how fast we came from flip phones to cell phones to touchscreen phones, I mean.
And things be fabricated a lot these days. And back in the day, you know, you think fabrication just started now? Fabrication been started. you know?
Con artists. There's been con artists. What they say, they love calling him the devil. He's the trickster at his finest. They've been acting since the beginning, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. So Jamal, do you believe in aliens? Do you believe that is other worlds, other people, other religions out in the universe that may have different masters than what we're reading in these books?
It look like they finna get in a religion war over here. One
I
man
understand,
claiming the
but
Bible is trash. One
but
man claiming
this
the
is
Quran is trash.
this is exactly what we're going to be coming on here to talk about everything. It don't matter what it is. We want you guys to get on here and talk. It don't matter what we talk about. We're going to talk about everything for the rest of the year. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, right? Make sure y'all tune in the next day. The conversation's just going to get better. We're going to talk about everything. So we're going to have conversations where, you know, me and Steve will be starting conversations about this and that, and then we'll also have conversations coming in from you guys in the chat. All right.
Look,
So we,
let me put since Jamal throwing this out there. Let me put you on something. See up. So I'm reading. I don't have it. It's in there right now. So I'm reading the Bhagavad Gita. That's the Hindu religion or the Hare Krishna movement. So the Hindus worship aliens. That's what they worship at the in the broad spectrum basic. They worship the aliens because they talk about the deities from over 200 other planets. That and they say once you die, depending on your works and which one of their gods you worship, you'll go live a lavish life on one of the deities' planets as your ascendancy. So it's a lot of It said they worship the devil, bro.
Y'all say they worship the devil.
They worship the
They
devil, bro.
probably do.
Who you think said if you don't worship me, we was gonna burn you in a lake of fire? Think about that. So it's a whole lot of trickery going on, a lot of fakery. So just make sure
Definitely.
when we they worship their cows, they do all that. So let me put you into the whole reason why I'm in the Hare Krishna movement, since you obviously have these opinions of them too. All right. Christianity teaches you your morals. Don't steal, kill, destroy, all that good stuff. Islam teaches you how to carry yourself as a man and handle your business as a positive masculinity, right? Um, Buddhism teaches you how to balance your mind. That's all the meditation, the Zen. Um, Hinduism teaches you how to love. That's the Bhagavad Gita, how to love yourself, love thy neighbor, how to the Kama Sutra, how to make love to a woman. And then you got Taoism teaches you how to handle your own emotions as a man and how to not let the ups and downs in life get to you. Now, I don't take it as disrespect because I'm not Hindu. You feel me? I
No.
ain't here
And on this channel, nothing is disrespectful. We want to talk about everything. We want to give you guys a chance to express y'all feelings about everything that we talk about. There's no hard feelings. If Steve don't believe what you believe and you don't believe what Steve don't believe, it's no hard feeling. We still brothers and we still want you here. We want you here every day. So we
bro. Let
appreciate
me,
you.
let me tell them, look, I come, I'm literally a mixed breed. White mama, black daddy. My mama will still call me a nigga to this day, disrespectfully. There's nothing y'all can say on this channel that's gonna hurt my feelings, brother. No worries.
Definitely.
Definitely. So,
Hey man, speaking of four wives, I always tell people when the women say, you going to go get another man? He's just going to cheat on you. And I always tell them, I say, my bloodline generated in Africa. We were supposed to have multiple wives. It's still in my DNA, right? Even though I'm married and I have one wife, it's in my blood to have multiple wives. I'm not a cheater and I'm not cheating, but I can't speak for all men. They probably can't handle it the way that I handle it. Some guys probably should be with their tribes where they can have 8 or 9 wives, you know? So I always say that to women who say, why do men cheat so much? And I say, because, b- you know, before our blood made it over here to America, our granddads, their dads, uncles, and brothers and sons, they all had multiple wives, right? No, it's just part of us to have multiple wives. So now we come over here, we in America, and we're trying to get used to it. We're trying to get it in our DNA to have a one wife.
well,
So
the whole thing about the single wife was that was all colonialism. That was colonization. Because there wasn't enough money and food to go around for a man to have take care of multiple wives, let alone multiple kids. And so we wasn't meant to be like that. We was brought over here. We was part of a tribe. When you hear the phrase "it takes a village," right? You supposed to
yeah,
have you supposed to have your women. There's certain women in the village. Their job is to bear the children and raise the children. And this nigga say I gotta be Lil Reese father. They all my sons. You hear me?
definitely. If it's not his father, it's his cousin, right?
All right.
Yeah,
But
man. We just here. We gonna be having a little chats. Me and Steve gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have little chats. Probably starting around 7 o'clock for most weekdays, and we'll come up with a schedule to let you guys know exactly what we'll be doing. But we want you guys here with us every day, starting at 7 o'clock. We don't know how long we'll be on here chatting. It all depends on you guys and the response we get from you guys. We talk every day. So of course we don't want to just come on here and just always talking between us two. So if we get you guys to join us, we can have more conversations about everything. We want to talk about everything. There's nothing off limits here. We just going to talk about every single thing. It don't matter. Whatever pops up in your mind, you write it down in the chat. We read it. We respond. We get our conversation on from here. And we appreciate you guys for coming also.
That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
We got one more question Jamal want us to answer right here. A couple more he put all in at once. It right now it's about 8 o'clock over here in America, brother. And Chuck, what's your opinion on? I'm gonna answer his first one. You answer this one here. What's your opinion on the black music and the violent lyrics and how the rap music is affecting the kids?
Man, I actually hate. Let me tell you what I listen to. I listen to a lot of South African music right now. I listen to a lot of South African music. I love African music because some of it violent, but most of it it reminds me of a black country music, but with rhythm. You know how country music they just sing about anything. That's kind
Whatever.
of like that's why I listen to Africans because they kind of sing about everything. They got dances to all of them. Over here in America, we call what the YNs are. So the YNs in America, they're more violent. We having a violent breed of kids being born today. I don't know where it come from. The music is trash. The women, oh man, the women is ridiculous. You have people who's like Sexy Red and Cardi and
Man,
Glorilla.
man,
You have all these people just influencing the kids. So they're influencing the kids to be on a whole different, the kids look up to these folks and these people are not, respecting that the kids are watching their stuff and the kids are just catching on. So the younger and younger ages, you seen these little from 10 to 15-year-old girls walking around half naked. And then you see these from 10 to 15-year-old guys, little men growing up, running around with a bunch of guns. Everywhere you go over here in Mobile, is kids with a bunch of guns. So I don't even, I
then
don't,
look, if you look at the jail rosters right now, it's more kids and young adults under. It's more people under the age of 24 in jail right now for violent crimes than it is the elderly people. You got the kids with murder charges, the kids with aggravated assaults and armed robberies and all first degree burglaries and all the worst of the worst. So, and but then at the same time, they respect presence and money. They don't really just respect all the elderly.
yeah, man, I actually, I don't listen to a lot of rap music. I don't listen to a lot of rap music from America because it's all the same thing. It's money, jury, women. There's nothing else for them to talk about. They talk about murdering each other all the time. Um, it's like I say, the music just became trash. Everybody is no originality. Everybody want to sound alike. It's like all music starting to sound like you just cut on one song and another that one go off, cut on another, cut on another, cut on another, cut on another one. It's the exact same lyrics, different 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 song, same lyrics, same type of beat, same type of rhythm, and talking about the same thing. So it's just
Over and over and over again, man. It's just clones. It's all clones in the industry now. There's no original rap. And the original rap, don't get me wrong, like a lot of the indie rap, the independent artists got their own flow, like J. Cole and some of the lesser known C rank, C list entertainers. But none of that matters. Well, like you said, you got people like Cardi at your daughter's birthday party. You got Young Thug and you got all the other new names popping up that's all talking about the same thing, just getting their body count up, you know. So it ain't nobody to blame no more. It don't matter who's to blame, it's who's got the solution. You said something earlier, Jamal, about do we need leaders or a leader? Man, we need unity more than anything. It don't matter who's in charge. Just do something right at this point. Just do something right, brother.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
like this yellow meat watermelon, you can't find that anywhere.
That yellow meat watermelon good for you. Man, I gotta let my top back. Yeah, I came out, sat in the car. Yeah, Jamal. I don't blame the kids for the music today, but I blame the parents for letting the kids listen so far or not having restrictions on the telephones because you could raise a kid these days, and then if they get on the telephone will finish raising them for you, right? And it probably is not on the same type of level what the parents was on. Now you got some fool off of Second Street raising your child on the telephone. So
Right,
that's what's really happening a lot. You have good parents. A lot of parents got to go work from 8 to 12 to 16 hours a day, and then the kids are left with Mikey from from the hood on live with his guns and drugs, and he got two or three little thoughts dancing in the background, and your daughter watching this all day, right?
uh,
So
yeah.
so the kids are getting raised by the internet now. It don't matter how much we try to tell them what's wrong, right? They not really listening to us. They listening to us for the 2 or 3 hours we talk to them, and then for 21 other hours of the day, Cardi B is raising them, right? So that's just so I really can't blame the government because soon as the government put a tap on it, we all to say, well, we're not being free. We can't do what we want. We can't say what we want. And that's what's going to happen if we have to let the government put a cap on what's being said, then we're not free no more.
Right, right. Like how are you gonna protect us from ourselves? You know,
Exactly.
that's where we crossed the line. We became an Orwellian state, Orwellian security measures. We got cameras at every red light down in the South now. I thought that was only something for maybe, New York or California because the traffic was so bad there. It was hard for you to just keep an eye on things. But that just goes to show, how much accountability we lost as a people, that everything has to be recorded just for there to be something peaceful. And it still ain't peaceful. So,
Yeah. True that. True that.
for that, I don't want to be seen as a radical because I know if we go to talking about all the radical things, that's when, you know, what was his name? What was the guy's name that was teaching about the sound bowls and the aliens? That Rashad Jamal, the guy that went missing, is in jail now for yeah, all them guys. Dr. Sebi got killed. So if we
So
go to
we did.
talking too radical or anything, you know. Shout out to that boy Weaver, Daniel Weaver. What's going on, dummy? We
What's up?
talking
What's
too
up?
radical. Ain't no telling who will go missing. So at the end of the day, we ain't here to make anybody do anything or try to start a movement or nothing. We just want to let you know we know. All right.
Definitely. Definitely. Julian.
Who is that? I ain't never heard that name before. Hold on.
Look
Julian.
him up. See what we got going. What's up, Daniel? Where you from, Daniel? Welcome to the conversation, man.
Who's this guy? Julian. Founded WikiLeaks. Oh, he's the guy that
Well,
founded WikiLeaks. Okay.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how they would want to get him out the picture now. His whole life was dedicated to leaking out confidential information. Of course, you can't have somebody like that in a war. And like, all right, I'm a big anime buff, and I read a lot of fantasy books and whatnot because I believe like how they had in the movie Men in Black, where you remember Men in Black Chop, where you had the tabloids. Like if you wanted to get the real news, what was going on, you go read the magazines and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they put all the real news out in the like the fantasy or the animes or the movies, right? Like you watch the movies and you'll get updates on the real scientific technology or any context that we made. They're not gonna put that on the news. The revolution will never be televised, right?
Right.
Unless it's entertainment or to make money off of it. They got to make some kind of money off of it, get
They
something
gotta
off of
make.
it.
They gotta make something.
Got to make something off of it, right? So, I believe that like the elites and the people in charge and the kings and the queens and the noble families, like they still use assassins to this day to meet their ends. They got to protect their family. And if you had enough money in the world to suffer no consequences for your actions, and you don't have any morals outside of protecting your family, what's going to stop you from killing somebody that you see as a threat?
Right.
What's going to
Exactly.
stop you from pressing that button, from sending that hit on whoever or whatever it takes to get out the way to make sure whatever your business is keeps running flawlessly? I couldn't
Definitely.
think of very many things too many people wouldn't do to make sure they're taken care of.
Right. Right, man. Yeah, man. What you got up for tomorrow, Steve?
Man, look, another day at it. Let me tell y'all a little bit about my routine. I wake up before the sunrise. Usually run my dogs, but I broke my foot, so I hop on my dogs right now. Get up, eat a good breakfast in the rising, place a couple trades after I work out. Then we get on to these moving jobs, man. Making one house a home every day.
That's what's up. We appreciate you today, Jamal. We appreciate you.
Yo, Jamal, go ahead. Shout out to my channel at Sheba Steve 69. Get a lot more content as I make it. It'll be rolling in over the next couple days or weeks. That's Sheba Sheba Steve Steve 69. The number 69. And man, join
Definitely.
in. Gym Cartel gonna have them alive every night at 7. We'll be right here shooting the shadows, man.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna call this one into the live screen, man. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. And we appreciate everybody who tuned in. And we're gonna try to make this better every day, man. Every day. So y'all come join in. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Steve, and we'll definitely see y'all again. Be ready with your conversations, whatever y'all want to talk about, we'll talk about. This is the channel for it. This is going to be the channel to talk about, to express yourself, to talk about everything that you want to talk about. Man, we appreciate y'all. My brother, thank you, Jamal. We see y'all later.